Big story tonight. Big story. Here we go. Now, if you want to find every controversial thing that comes with a pandemic all rolled into one big stressful place, turn to schools. You want mask drama? Schools. You want to argue about vaccines and mandates? Schools. You want to find some of the only buildings being filled with hundreds of unvaccinated people every single day? Schools. And all of this involves the safety and the progress of our children, who, let's be honest, probably follow the lead of their parents on most of these issues. And while, if you ask me, they're much more interested in making popular TikToks about new dance trends than whether or not the governor has the legal right to mandate Mrs. Johnson from Algebra 2 to get a COVID shot, to each their own. They're your kids. And who knows, maybe one day they will thank you for dragging them to a school board meeting to sit next to you while you yell at board members about pride flags. Or maybe they'll file it away for a therapist. Either way, some education leaders in our state are wondering if we should even be entertaining this option with your children right now. The Oregon School Board Association put out an open letter, basically questioning if the district boards across the state are staying in their lane when it comes to the mix of politics and education. They included the oath of office that can vary from district to district, but it generally goes like this. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon, and the policies of my district. During my term, I will faithfully and impartially discharge the responsibilities of the office to the best of my ability. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what exactly do they want us to take away from including that? So we asked.
What we had seen in some of our districts is just really pushing on the edge of what is acceptable board behavior, and especially when you cross the line on that oath of office to uphold the Constitution and the laws of Oregon. So we took it very seriously that we wanted to find that peace and balance of what's appropriate for local control, but to also say you took an oath and it's really a value, it's a non-negotiable to follow through on that oath of office.
So, among other things, they're worried about a school board that would overstep its authority to the point to where state law could be violated. I wonder, who could they possibly be talking about? Tomorrow in Newburgh, the school board is doubling down on one of those policies that pushes the line of legality. They're discussing again whether to ban staff from displaying political signs, specifically Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ pride symbols at school. They got some heat because those signs specifically were the catalyst for this rule that people found to be discriminatory. So they drafted specific policy language last week, and it goes like this. No district employee shall hang, post, erect, or otherwise display any posters, signs, flags, banners, pictures, or other digital or physical image that depicts support or opposition relating to a political, quasi-political, or controversial topic. A controversial topic shall be defined as one that a professional educator could reasonably understand to have students on more than one side of said issue. A political or quasi-political topic includes contemporary issues being debated in the local, state, or national political climate. Now, the U.S. flag and the Oregon flag are exempt from this. And the policy does state that the free exchange of ideas is allowed during approved curriculum. So the kids can still learn about these topics and debate these political topics in the classroom, supervised, I assume. The school board will talk about all of this at a meeting tomorrow, and they're going to be taking some public comment. But before you're allowed to speak, the board, they want you to say whether you are for, against, or neutral on the ban. I assume they want a mix of opinions without having there to be some all-night affair until the sun comes up. But keep in mind, after all of this, after the new language, the public opinion, the vote, the controversy, the superintendent has already said that he will not enforce it, no matter what. Why? Because he's been advised by the school district lawyers that it would be illegal against state law. This is stressful stuff. This is school. This is stressful. Families all over the region are stressed out by stuff like this, similar things, all the stuff that we're all dealing with. Today, we got a picture from a student at Grant High School who says kids are packed in there shoulder to shoulder, and she's worried about catching COVID.
My name's Lucy. I go to Grant High School. There are massively overcrowded classrooms. People aren't social distancing at all. One thing that they claimed that they would have this year is comprehensive contact tracing, but that's impossible in the way that they've set this up. My mother is severely asthmatic. If I take this home, it could put her in the hospital.
Then there's this. How about video from Gresham Barlow? Everyone's all upset over the volleyball team being forced to wear masks while they play, which isn't required by state law. You can see them in the video. Blue team has them on, red team doesn't have them on. Gresham Barlow says they're following new guidance from Multnomah County that says kids playing sports indoors should wear masks during practice and competition. But of course, it's difficult to understand with no consistency. How about in Adrian and in Albany? The districts there, they are starting this extremely challenging school year without their superintendents, after newly elected boards voted to fire them following heated discussions over masks and critical race theory and vaccines and all that stuff. Fired. No superintendent, no leadership in that traditional role going into this school year. Let me know what you think. I'm curious. This is a big, broad topic. It affects everybody individually, right? What do you think about the open letter and the Newberg situation? Can you separate school boards and politics completely? Now, I know what you might be thinking here. Isn't that what Newberg is trying to do with banning political symbols? But that is not the question. I'm asking, should they even be focused on that? I'm not asking what you think about the policy, if you think it makes sense. I'm asking if you think they should be spending their time on it. Because if you ask me, the lawyers say it's illegal, the superintendent says he's not going to enforce it. What's the point? It's like the school janitor wasting his time giving out homemade parking tickets. Even if you empathize with the cause, it's not his job, and the school is messier than ever. What do you think? Use the hashtag HeyDan.